Columbus sounds interesting, right? But is it the perfect fit for you? Let's be honest, some cities are going to be better for beach bums, some are party animals, they want that extreme nightlife, and some, they just love to have a train for their daily commute. Columbus might be your dream spot, but it might not be. And if you're feeling overwhelmed by doing the research to see if it's going to be a good fit, trust me, most online info is just fluff. Look, I spent years navigating this city and helping people relocate, so I can tell you the real deal about what it's like to live in Columbus and the surrounding areas, especially things that you want to look out for. So in this video, I'll share straight up facts to help you decide if Columbus is really something you want to consider to move to. Now listen, I assure you these reasons are far from trivial. We're not talking about avoiding a place because your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend lives here, or maybe certain Netflix movies aren't available, which is a little odd, but hey, that's all right. Or your favorite food isn't sold nearby. These are actual considerations that are genuinely important and should be taken seriously. Now listen, what I'm about to say is going to get worse as you watch this video, but I suggest you watch the whole thing until the end because I'm going to reveal something, we'll call it gruesome, about Columbus that might end the discussion of you deciding to move here. Let's get going. One of the first reasons you might not want to move here is I think the walkability is actually pretty questionable, and it's actually a nightmare for someone who doesn't really love riding in their car or who doesn't have a car. You see, Columbus isn't exactly the most pedestrian city. While we have neighborhoods that you can walk around and walk your dog and go on runs, it's not exactly convenient for somebody who wants to maybe go to the grocery store or, get on public transportation to run an errand. More than likely, you are still going to need a car to do that. While this isn't very convenient, and let me tell you, I know it'll get under your skin, especially if you're coming from a place that has great walkability in the city or public transportation, you might want to consider not moving here. Another reason why somebody might not want to move here is the weather. And let me tell you, it's so unpredictable. You could be dead of winter and it could be snowing, it could change to rain, and then all of a sudden it'd be 50 degrees and people are out wearing shorts and you think they're absolutely crazy. And believe me, I think the same thing too, and I've lived here my entire life. Not to mention, we can have long, cold winters that drag into the spring, and so things are a little doom and gloom. It's not always beautiful. And we have humid summers, which I personally hate. I complain about summers all the time and I can't wait for the fall. So if you're somebody that's used to really wonderful weather, you might not want to move here because Columbus is unpredictable with our weather, even during the 4 seasons. Not to mention, we've had an uncommon amount of thunderstorms and tornadoes this year, so this could be very uneasy for residents, or if you're moving here and you're not used to those type of things, you might want to reconsider. Columbus is sometimes known as a dull city, and people that are used to nightlife and hustle and bustle, they might actually think Columbus is boring. Now, sure, it's safe and there's tons to do, don't get me wrong, but it could be considered boring compared to other major cities like Chicago, New York City, San Francisco, or even Miami. Now, a lot of people think Columbus is a bunch of strip malls and chain restaurants, and while we do have that, that's not always true, and depending on what place of the city or the suburbs, that's definitely not true. We are a chill place to live, don't get me wrong, but if you're craving some serious excitement, Columbus might not be the place that you want to live, and if you do live here, you might become bored. Plus, it's not super expensive, which is cool if you're on a budget and want to save cash, but as far as a lot of luxury or a lot of nightlife and all this action, it's definitely not going to be a place that you are going to want to live. Although some people say Columbus doesn't have a ton of things to do like major cities, there are also so many amazing things about Columbus and the surrounding areas that we can offer to you. If you want to learn more about the things to do or more information to help you make a decision to move to Columbus, comment the word Ohio, and I'll send you more information in my one-stop shop Columbus relocation guide. Another reason why you might not want to move here is our housing is becoming expensive. Columbus is becoming less and less affordable to a lot of people, yet from a lot of people relocating here, it is still very affordable. See, you might see that realtors are saying that Columbus is a cheap place to live, and let me tell you, it used to be, and there are still parts that are, but a lot of things have shifted over the last 4 years. The more people that know about how affordable Columbus is, the more they want to move here. As more people move in, the demand for houses increases. This isn't great for potential home buyers because there aren't enough new houses being built to meet this growing demand. However, it is great for sellers because you're selling your home for top dollar. So listen, there is a large shortage of homes here in Columbus, Ohio, and the surrounding areas, which makes it really tough to find a good deal on a new house. So if you're somebody that's really concerned about housing prices, you might want to call me before you move here so I can let you know if your budget is going to work here. My next reason for why you might not want to move here is, let me tell you, that we have bad traffic and the drivers suck. I'm just going to tell you that straight up. And you know what's really upsetting? It's only going to get worse in my opinion because there's so much construction going on in our city and our roads. Now, you can be bumper to bumper traffic and it's feeling like you aren't going to go anywhere. And don't even get me started on the drivers. They're always in a rush, honking their horns and driving really crappy when the weather is bad, and it really makes everyone angry. Listen, there's a lot of road rage out there, so you gotta be careful. The worst part that I feel like driving here in Central Ohio is the accidents happen because people are just impatient. People aren't willing to wait their turn or get on and off correctly, and that causes issues on our highway. And it's become actually a big problem the more construction has started to develop and the roads are being fixed. So if you're somebody that is not really good at driving, you don't love driving, or that you are impatient, then before you move here, you should definitely come visit and check it out, like what it's like to drive around here, and all the construction that's going on the roads might not be something that you want to mess with. Another reason why you may or may not want to move here is the lack of direct flights. Now that will change with the new airport, but for now, the travel can kind of be a drag. Unlike some bigger hubs, Columbus Airport doesn't have a ton of direct flights. That means if you travel a lot for work, if you're going to go visit family, if you like to go somewhere for the holidays, or you want to plan an epic vacation, you're probably looking at connecting flights, which if you're like me, I dread those because who knows, with delays, weather, you name it, something definitely is going to mess up all of your travel plans with connecting flights, in my opinion. See, it's a real hassle, and I think it's a big downside of Columbus, especially if you're a consistent traveler via the airport. Definitely take that in consideration when relocating here. Hey, did you know I've helped a ton of people relocate here to the city of Columbus and the surrounding areas, and I've helped them find amazing homes. I even gave them a free Columbus guide when they were new here in the city, and they were able to save time, money, and it took a lot of stress off of them because they were able to learn about Columbus and all the hidden gems in and out of the city. If you want this, make sure you check out the link in my description for the free Columbus relocation guide. Another downside about possibly moving here for some people is we don't have a ton of office buildings left in the downtown area that have a lot of employees in it. See, over COVID, the market really shook things up, and now we have this work from home culture. So we have these beautiful buildings that are just kind of vacant, or maybe the occupancy is really, really low. So if you're somebody that maybe you're coming from a big city and you love to commute to downtown, or you live close to the downtown area and you're really excited to go into the office and take the elevator up to the 30th floor to your company and be able to walk outside to have lunch and do all those things that a lot of cities were doing before COVID, I just don't think you're going to get that same experience here. See, we definitely have a more work from home culture here in Central Ohio. I'm friends with a lot of people that work at these big corporations and they don't even go into the office anymore, but maybe once or twice a week. So again, if you're somebody that likes that downtown work atmosphere, you might want to think twice before coming here. If you can handle these 8 things about Columbus, which a lot of cities have these things, then you are going to be more than welcome here in Columbus. Sure, there are a lot of things that will make you doubt your move because, hey, that's just normal. But this is a great city and we have a lot of great stuff to offer. Hey, thanks for sticking around until the end. Once again, go check out my free Columbus relocation guide to learn all about the secrets of Columbus in seconds. This will help you make the right decision whether Columbus is a good fit or not. Also, the link is in my description below. If you like this video, make sure you check out this one as well.